Hey there, and happy Thursday evening. So another great day on the farm. Moved a little bit slower, but yeah, we got so much done today, and they're still out there going. And I was busy running after them, so that makes for another later live card inspiration for you again. So my card today, hold on, I'm gonna just plop my light down so you guys don't get such a glare there. There, that's a little bit better. So my card today is going to be kicking off Lois Anderson's virtual party. I'm so excited about that, and I see Lois is watching. I did send her a little text. She's probably been patiently or impatiently waiting all day, like, where's Belle? Where's my card? We talked about Thursday. I knew that. She knew that. It's just that we needed everybody else to be on board too. And like sometimes just bringing out dinner to the guys, by the time I maybe run a part or an errand or get them moved and then go get dinner if I haven't made it, or if I go to get the dinner I've made, sometimes that can be like a 3-hour process just getting all the parts moving and everything. So tonight we had supper at home, and that was good too. So so that kind of like freed up a couple hours right there. Okay, hi there, Julie. And so I know my hostess kind of well enough to know that Lois loves masculine cards. So this is a card that I am going to be making today for Lois. And you could obviously give it to any female that you want to send a card to too, but sometimes it's just like trying to come up with masculine card ideas. And one time, a few years ago, Lois, my hostess, Lois, had a party in her house, and she requested that I make masculine cards for all the cards, and I had so much fun designing that. It was just so fun to like pull out all my masculine type stamp sets and embellishments and all that kind of stuff and make it all come together for a fun party with that type of theme. So anxious to do that tonight for you guys here. Hi, Maureen. So let me get my camera turned around here. All right, here we go. And you can see better the card that I have put together. So I did a lot of cutting. There's a lot of little pieces kind of to this. I kind of started out with like bigger pieces. Like, I don't know if you're like me and go, oh, that's just too big or just isn't the way I want it to be, and all these little things. And so once I kind of knew the sizing that I wanted to go with, then I just kind of trimmed everything down. Like I said, a lot of just little pieces here and there, but I will explain that and try and give you the measurements as I go along to make tonight's card as well. So let me get my camera angle a little bit better there, because if I'm doing a virtual card party or a stamp party, excuse me, I want to make sure that you guys see not only the hostess name, but the host code as well to order. So how that works is anybody that orders using Lois's host code, a minimum $30 order towards her party will get you all the cards that I'm making for her party. So you can order, and hey there, Jean, and that order comes directly to you. And then if you use the code, Lois gets a credit, and then I will send out the set of cards as a thank you from her and I for ordering. So that is how that works. All right. So very neutral toned card tonight. There we go. Maybe get a little bit more light on that. So what I've got for colors tonight are pecan pie, crumb cake, basic white just for the inside, basic black, and then I've got some strips here of the Glorious Gingham. So let me pull over the full pack here. The Glorious Gingham is a 6x6 designer series paper that will be retiring. And guys, after that card a couple days ago when I goofed and didn't realize that the set was already sold out, I kind of felt bad. But this has some very popular colors in it: lemon lime twist, pecan pie, blueberry bushel here, berry burst, pretty peacock, all of that. So all these fun gingham designs, and then the back side is the smaller, kind of like a checkerboard there. Hi there, Carol. And so with that, normally the 6x6 pack, which has 40 sheets in it, so 5 different colors, and then 8 of each, 8 sheets of each of the 5 colors. Normally it's $10.50. It's marked down to $8.40. So I like to let people know that as well. And there's a couple things that I'm going to be using that are retiring are still available, and I know the sales price too, so I went ahead and looked that up too. So the Ringed with Nature here, I really like the stamp set. That's what I'm going with. Hi there, Tammy. I love the sentiments, and my thinking of you, I can't believe that hasn't like wore out. It's pink, and you know, you can tell when you open up a stamp set what the favorite images or sentiments are from a stamp set. So the Ringed with Nature, normally that is a $23 set, and this stamp set is marked down to $13.80. And then that coordinates with that hybrid embossing folder, the Tree Rings dies. Normally these Tree Rings dies are $37 for this whole hybrid set. It is marked down now to just $14.80 as well. So $13.80 for the stamp set, $14.80 for the dies, and that is probably, yeah, it is cheaper than what the dies originally were. You can get a stamp set and all of this for what the price of the dies used to be. And they are still available, guys. Okay, so when you get the Tree Rings dies, you get the Tree Rings hybrid embossing folder with it. So I'm not using this, but I do want to show you. You can tell I've been loving that. And so you can put paper in it to give it an embossed look, or you can put this in there too to cut out the tree rings, which I have this to show you, so it cuts and embosses at the same time. And then not only is there that, then you have all these little pieces that can cut out the tree rings individually, like I said, pieces of greenery, twigs, that's for the center, to put that in the center of your rings if you want, things to make acorns, mushrooms, stuff like that. So that is all in the dies, that the dies and the embossing folder all come together like so. There we go. Something wasn't letting it close. I was like, what is that? Okay, so let me get to making the card, because that is why you guys tuned in, right? Okay, so with this, I'm just going to start with the card base opening this way. That's the pecan pie, the normal size and everything. And then the next layer is going to be 4 by 5 1/4, which is pretty standard when I kind of do a step down for the next layer. Now this I'm going to take and run through with my cut and emboss machine here. And I'm going to actually, oops, that's from what I'm going to do later. Here we go. It's like, where's my platform? Here. So I'm going to put this on here like so, and I'm going to use the wood grain emboss folder. So we've got the, or excuse me, timber. It looks like wood grain. I always want to call this one the wood grain. Timber 3D embossing folder. This one is not retiring either, so we are in good luck with that. It's that larger size, so you can pick, do I want my wood grain to go on my card like this, or do I want my wood grain to go on my card like this? I chose the up and down, so I want it to go like that. So I'm just going to place it in my folder like so. And with this being 3D, I just have my big thick platform and then that specialty plate which has the number 4 on there for you guys. So I'm just going to put that through like so. And I love our 3D embossing folders because they give us such nice grooves there. Hi there, Joyce. And so with that, I just want to make sure that I get a nice amount of adhesive on there as well. Sometimes I'll go, do I want this side? Do I want that side? I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks that. So I want to cover to the edges pretty closely here and go along all of it here. There we go. And now this I'm going to put directly right on my card base because that's ready to go. And then the next layer that I have here is going to be basic black. And I have cut my basic black layer. Let me just double check. 3.5. I love my glass mat here because I can just kind of scoot it off to the side, check my measurements and know what it is. Okay, so this is 3.5 by 4.75. Now this is ready to put on my my card. I'm not doing anything with the black. I'm just kind of letting that almost be like a shadow box look by having that neutral layer on there like so. And then I'm pulling in that glorious gingham that I talked about here from there. Now this I just cut down 4 inches by 2 inches. And so once I do that, so I'll start with a 6 by 6, and then as I cut off chunks, 2 by 4, what's left is a strip that is then 6 inches by 2 inches. So then when I cut that off to make it 4, then I have these little chunks here that are about 2 by 2, and I'll show you how I'm going to use that as well. But this is going to go just kind of up in the corner just to give some more color and just a little pop of dimension from the pattern on there. And now we finally get to do some stamping. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside and bring out my pecan pie ink pad. And it actually is just a little bit of stamping. So let me, because I'm going to go off my my cardstock here. So I not only want my Stampin' Pierce mat, but I want a little bit of a scrap paper here too. Now this is crumb cake, and I cut this 2.5 by 2.5 inches square, and just going to kind of center this tree ring, and then without re-inking, just lightly kind of just fill in so that it looks kind of like there's some wood grain on there. It kind of warms up those edges. And then I'm going to go one step further. You guys should know by now I love any stamp set that has little dots in it. So that I'm just going to take and ink up in the pecan pie too, and kind of just lightly tap that here and there without re-inking each time to just kind of add a little bit of the texture on there too. And you can put it right on the tree ring if you want. So just kind of fills it up so that, you know, you don't have, I'll show you on the back side, you just don't want like a tree ring that goes like this. I mean, you could, there's nothing wrong with that, but then once you put it on here, it's like, okay, there's that, it kind of almost looks like a nest. When I was doing this, I'm like, it just looks like it's almost like supposed to be a bird's nest, like that 3D view from the top. And then I thought, okay, I like this. Actually, I almost like it better that way. And just kind of warms it up, especially with all the pattern from the texture of the embossing folder and that paper. So I have that. And then I'm going to take a strip here of pecan pie, and that's just like a 1-inch strip, and that's where I pull over that thinking of you. I'm just going to ink that up here on that strip. Hopefully it's straight. There we go. And then I'm just going to bring over my trimmer and trim that so it's straight, like so. And then I'm going to attach this onto that little strip here. So like I said, when you have cut down all of this 2 by 4, then you have this little square. This is 2 by 2, so I just cut it in half. So now I've got a 2 by 1, and that's going to work for this. I'm just going to put that on here. Actually, I want to trim off a little bit more of the one side of thinking of you. Kind of a little trickier to do when you already have adhesive on, to try and like put it in the trimmer but not have it stick down there. All right, so then when I put it on here, then I feel like there's a little bit more showing on the side. So I'm just kind of framing it up about 3/4 of the way on each side, and then having that show there too. Hi there, Barb. Good to see you. It's been a while. This is great. Okay, so now for this, I'm going to take some dimensionals. Actually, I want to take one of these sheets, and you guys know I love it when I've got like these little things to work with, these little side pieces. So I'm just going to take and cut a couple of these. I'm just kind of eyeing it, measuring it that way. So this is going to pop up, but I kind of just want it to pop up in strips like this. I'll peel off that and get that ready. I'm going to set this aside and this aside, and let's cut out some little embellishments here. So in that Ringed with Nature, the coordinating dies here, we've got these little pieces. I like these little sprig pieces. It not only cuts out, but it also embosses as it goes to give it that nice texture look there. So I'm going to grab my cut and emboss machine again here, and I'm going to switch out my plates, because last time we embossed, this time we are going to cut here. And this is one of those times too where I go, oh, I love it when Stampin' Up! Gives us, you know, a couple different dies to cut essentially kind of the same thing. These are a little different looking, different size, but very similar. But I love it when I can cut out two things at once and then be done. Okay, so I'm just going to run that through. And then we've got these little pieces here that I'm just going to poke out my take your pick tool. You guys, I thought I lost one of my take your pick tools, and like, you know, I've got a problem with like always using it if I still had one on my desk, but I couldn't find like the other one because like sometimes or most of the time I have both of them on my desk at the same time, and I was like, oh, did I lose one out of class? No, it was here. It just was packed away from the class. So there we go. Okay, so there you can see, hopefully with the lighting, not only did it cut it out, but it gave it that nice leaf texture too. There we go. Hopefully that works. All right, so I've got a couple of those. So let me bring my card back over. And now I'm going to kind of just play around with placing this like so. And I'm just kind of eyeing it there, and I want to make sure that this kind of fits in the corner. So now that I know where that goes, I'm going to put my adhesive on here because I didn't want my greeting to get too low. So sometimes I just kind of hold it there, go like that. There we go. And now I'm going to tuck that in the corner so that we have some black showing on the bottom and on the side. And then without pressing it down too heavily, I'm just going to tuck this little piece of greenery in here, and if it sticks, it sticks. That's kind of why I wanted those strips, and if not, then glue dots to the rescue. So not a big deal. And I tell people that at classes, like sometimes it's fun to just hook those little extra things with your, excuse me, glue dot underneath there. But let me pull or tug on this one. Now this one's stuck, so that one's good. That one's stuck to my dimensional. So let me just grab a glue dot here, just on the very bottom here, pull that up, and now I can just kind of tuck this underneath here too, like having a couple of them there just to make it look a little bit thicker there. So we've got that, and I just love that. I think it just makes the card kind of come to life to have that little bit of greenery on there from that Tree Rings dies. Okay, here's my embellishments. Okay, well-loved embellishments, you guys. So these are the adhesive-backed solid gems. So it comes in pecan pie, the balmy blue, no, or is it boho blue? I think it's boho blue. Balmy blue, gosh, no. I hate that when I'm live and I can't think of it. Lemon lolly, definitely. So these are retiring as well. So instead of the sheet being $8, just $4.80. Now that I see that this is all that I have left for tonight, I'm going to be ordering more at that price. So I'm just going to use a couple of these, which you can gasp, because if you know me, I always use the odd number, but I'm just going to put one of the larger ones here and one of the smaller ones here. And my rule of thumb for odd is I feel like the little greenery in here kind of acts as like the three-part embellishment. So I've got the 1, the 2, and the 3 for this. So I almost felt like putting 2 and having that be the third looked better than trying to figure out where to put like a third one. And maybe I could have squeezed a couple of the smaller ones on there, but that's what I went with. So with this being a thanking of you card, I want to leave the inside blank. So those that are ordering through Lois's Party to get the card that I am sending, I want that to be super versatile for you guys. So what I'm going to do without re-inking this onto the pecan pie, I'm just going to give it a little huff and then just kind of lightly tap that so we have kind of just this loose tree ring there on the bottom. So just kind of lightly following through with the theme, but not overtaking the inside with a lot of space or a lot of the color. So that's going to go on the inside here. So this measurement is my standard 4 by 5 1/4 to do that. So there you have it. Card number 1 for Lois Anderson's party there. It's getting darker, I can tell. I feel like I've got more shadows for you guys tonight than usual, but maybe not. I never know if what I see through my camera lens is what you guys are seeing too. So hopefully you are seeing all that. Thank you, Maureen. Like I said, like nothing, I didn't go from like, oh, this person did these measurements or whatever. I just kind of went, these are the colors I want. I just kind of kept going and wanted to add these elements to it. So kind of just kept cutting down until it all kind of fit like that. So sometimes it works and sometimes like I have to throw it off to the side and start over from scratch. I think we've all been there too. So it's always kind of fun when something does kind of come together in a way that you hoped it would, or that somebody else will like too, right? All right, so that, like I said, is card number 1. And so Lois just opened up her party this week, and she will hold it open until May 22nd, and then that will give you guys time to order not only from the retiring list, but also from the brand new catalog when that goes live May 1st. I'm hearing a little bit of rumblings of people receiving their catalogs, but I'm hearing more from people saying, where is my catalog? So a lot of you haven't received it yet. So if you haven't received your brand new catalog, you're probably in the majority of my people for whatever reason. So hoping that those just keep starting to appear with more frequency too. Thank you, Lois. I thought you might like today's cards. So Lois, like I said, loves nature, loves masculine cards. So I thought this could be something up her alley to start off anyway. And maybe I'll go in a completely different direction. So her other 2 demos will be when I return from Stampin' Up's incentive trip to Mexico, and I'm just honored to be able to do that thanks to you guys. It's just such a small percentage that earn the trip, like less than 1%, I think they say. And so I'm very grateful to all of you that support me and make that an ability for me to attend next week. So tomorrow I still will be live. I have one more class project that I want to show you. I have everything cut, so it'll be a quick, easy video for you guys featuring the Hey Chuck bundle, and just want to do that quick before I leave, and then a week off, and then I'll be doing Lois's demos that week that I come back, the week of May 6th. So I'll be checking in with you guys tomorrow, and then again for the rest of her party samples. Have a good night. Bye-bye.